And so I want to focus on Hunimal for a moment because so 149 Snicks, Twive, Thrix, Frine, Score, Gun, Hun are the first 10 squares. 11, I guess. Want squares deep. So 1, 4, 9, Snicks, Twive, Thrix, Frine, Score, Gun, Hun. And then it goes Hun Twun, Hun Fror, Hun Skyn, Hun Nix. 2 Twive is Vine squared. 2 Fix, very important for binary, for computers. 2 Fix is Snicks squared, which is itself 4 squared, which is 2 squared. So we got a lot of squares in a Snicks. Who cares? I care so much. 2 Fix, 2 Gyn, 3 Twor, 3 Skun, 4 Hun. 4 Frun, 4 Gore, 5 Twine, 5 Zvix, 6 Twive. Everything pivots. 6 Vix is Twix squared. That's how many combinations of 2 letters you can get in English. Minus 26 is Twix squared. You can have Twix times Twive combinations, 2-letter combinations. And Twix squared was what? 6 Vix. And that's the edge of the cliff that you've already fallen off of. You know, you've just begun to roll down, because after 4 Gore comes 5 Twine, 5 Zvix, 6 Twive, 6 Vix, 7 Twine, 7 Gore. And so it's a pinnacle at which you can roll down either direction, and the ones place reflects perfectly. And so 6 Vix, 7 Twine, 7 Gore, 8 Frun, 9 Hun, 9 Skun, Zot Twor, Zot Gyn, 1 Fix. And it's numbers like Zot Twor that you can't remember on the fly, even if you do the squares, right? What is Zot Twor? 9 Hun, 9 Skun, so that's Thurt and Thrun squared. Zot Twor is through squared, through. And if you go through 1024 Zot Twor, you get, what, 32 squared. That's just what it is. Zot Twor, Zot Gyn, Want Fix, Toon Twive, Toon Nix, Threen Skyn, Forn Fror, Vine Twun, Snicks Hun. These are the square numbers. If you get used to them, you will love them, I think. But that's the thing. Can I replicate the joy in my brain in other people's brains? Is a huge problem for me. And how do I do it? How do I make a game around the square numbers so that memorizing them and reciting them and then deducing them is an activity that children will like to do? That's what I want for people. I want people to love reciting square numbers in Hunimal, because in Hunimal the pattern becomes so apparent and so blatant that you can't help but marvel at it. And just look, if you just graphed the square numbers, Zo squared is Zo. You know, it's just a move towards infinity, just a tangent line. You know, it's just a big curve that goes Zo 149 6 Twive Thrix Frine and starts and just snowballs, gets bigger and bigger as it moves, so that you're 1ian, 121, 144, 169, 18 Snicks, 1 Zot Twive, 1 Toon Thrix, 1 Forn Frine, 1 Snick Score, 1 Ain't Gun, 1 Twun Hun. The the graph looks like a solid square, like a solid, not solid square, but like a solid ramp, like a parabola, like half of a parabola. But there you are at half of a parabola, or I guess the whole thing, for negative numbers, it's still positive. But when you break it down into numbers, it's just little dots that start repeating each other. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason for the ones place to repeat itself after 12. Like that, it just does. That's just how math works. You can't escape it. You can't change it. You can't do anything but recognize and appreciate it. And so from 612, obviously it's 6 Vix, because you just came from 5 Vix. And that similarity, how does that show up on a parabola? How does it show up that a portion of each number repeats? Why would it do that? It doesn't make any sense to me. There's no deeper truth. That's just how numbers work. And that's frustrating to me because I wish I could discover something basic about numbers, something deep true about them that would let me, conclude massive things on into game theory and knot theory and graph theory and all the different kinds of math that are out there. No, none of that relates. It's simply the pattern of the squares. And it's all I know with math, which makes me incredibly impoverished. Because math is vast. The Brits are right to call them maths. Maths are vast. There's so much content out there, and so little of it do I understand. And so my mind has just attached itself to this thing, and I'm obsessed. So that I want other people to experience the joy of deducing the next square, knowing the pattern and deducing the next square, to me, is a religion. And I am religious. If anything, I follow a pattern. I do not escape my ideas. I follow them. I obey them. Luckily, they are progressive, nonviolent, and productive. So obeying my ideas doesn't hurt anybody. I wish I could flip my camera. I guess I can. Look at all these numbers just in the background in my filthy, unkempt room. I haven't vacuumed under this desk for years. Because how would you vacuum under there? You'd have to remove all sorts of paraphernalia. I'm so glad I can switch the camera like that. I love YouTube. YouTube's great. I don't want to be censored on YouTube. Edgar Faggotard. Why do they censor us? So 149653 score gun hun. Was this video offensive? It included the N-word by a white man. He used the N-word. He used a racial slur and a homophobic slur and an ableist slur. Why is this content that I stand behind? I am so foreign to the people I think are normal. I am so weird.